Trio, Pablo Cardenas on piano, Peter Dowse on electric bass, and Kelby McNair on vocals and drums, and a VTC community choir in the seats. Give yourselves a hand. So here we are, another Elevate Wednesday at the Victoria Truth Center. Let me just get that out of the way. There we go. And everyone here is a seasoned elevator, so we all know why we're here, right? Yeah. Why are we here? Why are you guys here? We're here for love. We're here for love. Said in a Muppet voice of some kind, okay? All right, what else? What else? Why else is someone here? Inspiration. Music. Elevation. All right. All of these amazing sounding things. And even though everyone's offering slightly different words, really we're all coming together because all of that is one thing, right? And whether we call it elevation, whether we call it music, whether we call it love, whether we call it inspiration, all of it is really part and parcel of this one incredible, amazing dynamic flow that is the essence, that is the foundation, that is the very beingness of everyone and everything. And because this is the only thing going on, it means that everyone and everything is that. And not just a little, not just sometimes, but all of it all the time. And we get to decide how much of that inspiration, how much of that love, how much of that elevation, how much of that music, how much of that awesomeness we want to experience from one now moment to the next. So we're here to remind ourselves and each other of that, and to support ourselves and each other in showing up as more of that. How does that sound on an Elevate Wednesday? Yeah, right. Some fingers like this too. Excellent. So let us also remember where it is that we are elevating, that we are expanding our minds, opening our hearts, and allowing our souls to be further activated. That we are gathering in gratitude and humility on Lekwungen territorial land, the land of the Songhees and Esquimalt nations, whose enduring stewardship of the land, sky, and sea sustains all life that flows through here. We honor their profound reverence for the energies of these sacred spaces. What a blessing, gift, and privilege it is to be able to live and breathe and work and play and co-create in the shared spirit of harmony, respect, and love upon these sacred lands. May our community uphold this legacy of care and interconnectedness that the Lekwungen peoples have and continue to embody in all that we learn and manifest here. Haichka. All right, so now it is time for some reflective music with the Elevate Trio, and I will do an opening blessing somewhere in there. Thank you, gentlemen. As those notes continue to resonate just a little bit, I am noticing that I am feeling like I've just been at an amusement park full of carousels and roller coasters, of melodies and harmonies and all of these incredible notes dancing playfully about. And so as I revel in this joy and this feeling of aliveness, what an absolute gift and blessing it is to be here now, to receive this incredible gift of harmony, of love, of joy, of celebration of life through music, through artistry, through connection. What an incredible opportunity it is to simply open up to the love that is being expressed in so many different ways, knowing that this love in all of these different ways is that one dynamic, energetic flow that is the very essence and beingness of everyone and everything. So for all of the harmony, for all of the beauty, for all of the playfulness, for all of the joy, for all of the aliveness that is present right here, right now, I am knowing that that aliveness, that enthusiasm for life and living is the very thing that is activating our souls, that is allowing us to expand our minds and to further open our hearts. And so as we expand and open and allow ourselves to be further activated, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to do so together. And so whether it is by being here in person or online, whether it is now or another time watching the recording, what an absolute gift it is to be here now. So for everything that is present, for everything that is being shared, for everything that is being received with so much gratitude, appreciation, and joy, I release my word as law, knowing that tonight's Elevate is a beautiful, brilliant, joyful, playful, amazing done deal in the quantum field of infinite possibilities in the universal mind of God itself. So I release, I let go as we bask in this incredible dynamic flow and affirm by saying, and so it is. Let us acknowledge the band. That was so great. Pablo, tell us what that was.
Traditional song from Venezuela called Natalia by a classical composer called Antonio Lauro.
Okay.
So Venezuela folk music.
Beautiful. Well, we got to have a clip of that. Fantastic. Thank you very, very much. And nice to have something a little more playful and livelier to reflect on too. Thank you. All right. Oh, might need this. Okay, so moving into our monthly theme of noticing and our affirmation to go with, which is with openness and curiosity, I notice what's alive in me right now. So we're about 2/3 of the way through the month, and we've been with this theme, we've been with this affirmation, and so I'm curious to know what's alive in you right now. So I'm thinking that there's at least one person out of the many at this private concert that have something that they would like to share about what's alive in you right now. How is this theme informing your moment right here, right now? The music. The music. Denise, tell us more. The music.
The music really stirred me, and I'm just feeling way more alive than I did when I came in. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. I'm just going to leave it over there because I think Stephanie's taking it.
I don't know what I want to say. Oh, I woke up this morning thinking about noticing. And what I've been noticing is that I'm doing a lot. More than is maybe good for me right now. Mm-hmm. And so in the practice of noticing it and to be curious about it versus judging it, I have been kind of playing with looking at how I choose things in my schedule, and when I overload myself, what I have choice. And I'm noticing that instead of like, I'm stuck with this. And so I intentionally put some things off my plate, and I got to this place of, instead of making that wrong that I had loaded things up, I acknowledged it, I noticed it, and I was curious, how come I'm doing that? Because that's kind of a common thing for me. And so in the noticing, I actually got freed up about it. That's what I took away. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so, not that you have to share, but did any insights come about why you were piling things on this plate of yours?
Because I just love being in life. Like, if I could divide myself in 10 times myself, I would just do so many wonderful things in the world. And I just I love it. It
Yeah.
fills me up.
Yeah.
And I'm only one human.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's appreciating that it's okay to be in joy around all those things, and I think that's what I was noticing is that I can be in joy, or I get to choose that doesn't work, and let that go and release it. But it is, I love to me it's just juicy doing all these things. So that's
Amazing.
my share.
Thank you. Anyone on this side of the room? Leslie looks like she's got something.
I could, but I wouldn't make it. So I think this process began at the sound bath on Sunday. It's just been that many days, where I drew cards from a deck, and I got flow and focus. And the focus, when I read the description, it was like, I just want to access the higher frequency that I am, more in my human experience. And since that, I set that intention, and whoa, am I noticing it happening, including during the meditation today. And it's like, and what I'm noticing is, it's like getting it titrated, like all this light. But instead of coming like a big swoosh and knocking me out, it's like titrating. So it's like my dreams are really different, and every activity has, since I set that intention to open more and to receive more, it's been coming in, and with this attention on it and awareness of it, then it happens more, right? Like opening, noticing the light. I see it as light. It's brilliant light. It started with this big burst, like a tear in a cloth ceiling, and all the brilliance was beyond that, and I was pulled through it. And then it's like, it can only come down as much as I can handle. So I'm being very curious about how much can I handle, and what does that mean to only be able to handle so much as a human. And so anyhow, I've been playing with that since Sunday evening, all the time, day and night.
Fantastic.
Through everything. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
wonderful. Were you here for Jen Lang's, or was it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it
Right
was the
on.
sound bath. Yeah, it was Jen's. Yeah.
All right.
It was. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Thank you for those wonderful shares. I invite us to keep leaning into the theme, keep noticing what is alive in us from moment to moment. And now we're going to move into the feature tune. And Kelby, we're all curious to know what it is that you've chosen and why.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting. This is a song that, well, so if I can let you behind the fourth wall, or whatever they say in theater, I'll let you behind the scenes. This is the VIP look at the process. I was having fun imagining, so the way we noticed. So first we had, the Gordon Light for the first time ever I saw, and then we heard it through the grapevine. So how else do we experience? How do we notice? And so I thought, we feel. Sometimes we feel. Sometimes we notice that we're feeling something, and our feelings have noticed even before we've noticed. If you know what I mean. Yeah? So we have this very attuned sensorium of our gut, our body, everything that feels. And so I was trying to think, and then once you open up that can of worms, there's a gajillion songs about feeling. But this one seemed to be a fitting one for tonight somehow. We hope you enjoy it. It's from an unlikely source. It's from an old British musical, but it was made famous by Nina Simone. And we'll sort of touch on her arrangement, but her arrangement was borrowed a little later by Michael Bublé's arrangement. So we hope you enjoy Feeling Good, and if you want to sing along, please do. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun up in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new life, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly on the sky, you know how I feel. Butterflies all having fun, you know how I feel. Sleep in peace when the day is done, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. And I'm feeling good. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Freedom is mine, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. I'm feeling good.
was phenomenal, guys. Thank you. Pablo on piano, Peter on bass, Kelby on vocals and drums. Oh, it was so good. Thank you. I don't even want to talk now. I just want you guys to play more music. Wow. Thank you. But go ahead and sit down. Take a load off.
I'm feeling good now.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that was good. All right, so I have a question for everyone today. Have you ever been surprised by what you're capable of, even when you felt completely depleted? Okay? How about when you're trying something new for the first time and you're like, I have no idea, I don't know, maybe you're even afraid or whatever, but there's something, right? So when I was writing the quick sort of newsletter today about the reminder about Elevate, I was originally sort of thinking about mustering and how when we just feel like we have nothing left to give, somehow there's something that we can access and we can just find ourselves like, oh my gosh, I had no idea I had it in me. But then I was also reminded about things like learning how to swim, or as a parent, teaching your kid how to swim, and how there can be so much fear and trepidation and nervousness and anxiety and tensing up and that kind of thing. Or learning how to ride a bike, or as a parent, teaching your kid how to ride a bike. And then I thought to a couple of things that I tried in my youth that I probably wouldn't do now. One of them was the Commonwealth Games took place in Edmonton one year. I grew up in Edmonton, and so at the Kinsman Pool, they had the diving boards that they used for the Commonwealth Games, and there was like the super massive high, I don't know how many stories tall, and one day I'm like, I'm going up there, and I'm just gonna jump off, right? I can't even tell you what I felt as I was climbing that ladder or like whatever it is, to get up there and then standing on the edge. And everyone and everything is so tiny and so small. I'm like, but I'm up here now. I got to do it, right? I can't go and climb that thing all the way back down. And I jumped. All I did was jump. I didn't try and dive or whatever, and I just jumped. And I remember, the one thing that I do remember is like the water feeling so hard from that height. But I did it, right? Like I was so afraid, and I'm like, I'm gonna die, probably not, but it feels like I'm gonna do it anyway, and so I did. So there's that, right? We have those moments in our life. And so whether it's learning to swim, ride a bike, jumping off a diving board that is several, stories tall, or even something like for me when I was a kid, sliding down a fireman's pole. Like I was terrified of like, there's the gap, like what's gonna happen if I don't curl myself around, but eventually I did it, right? So there's all these opportunities that we have in life to sort of face the fear and do it anyway, or to just feel like I have no idea how I'm going to get through this, but there's something that we're able to access, right? So the title of my talk today is Just When You Thought You Couldn't. Okay, little peanut rolling an orange up a hill. So as everyone here knows, I have been in a fitness challenge. I had a week off, and then this Monday I started another one. And in the week off, the lack of structure, I talked about this on Sunday, was crazy. I was so looking forward to the time off. My muscles did appreciate not working out, but not having a meal plan to go by, not having the routine of physical activity impacted every single aspect of my life. And so what I discovered, what I noticed very early into the week is that I thrive on structure, I appreciate routine, and even though some might think that that's kind of, boxing myself in, kind of like you talked about, I found great freedom in the structure. And so I'm back with my structure this week. I'm back with another thing. And there was a live call on Monday with Kim, who's the woman who's doing this fitness challenge. And in that call, she's giving us all of her little nuggets of wisdom and encouraging us and mindset shifting and all that kind of stuff. And someone asks, just like they did in the last challenge, how long do we have to do this for? And she's like, forever. And some people are like, what do you mean? This is just supposed to be like an 8-week or a 4-week challenge or something. And she's like, listen, If you think that you can keep going the way that you did before and keep this new version of you that you have right now, you're delusional. Okay? You have to be able to let go of the old stories, the thoughts, the beliefs, the choices, the ways of being if you want to experience something new. And this isn't anything new for us, right? Like, we talk about this on a pretty regular basis, how if we want to experience something different, we have to do things differently. So we have to make new choices. We have to take different action steps. We have to think different thoughts. We need to entertain new beliefs. We need to tell new stories. You set an amazing intention, with the light to want to be able to experience more of that in your human form. And that's what's happening, right? And so this is the kind of thing that Kim Constable is talking to us saying to us on a regular basis. And I so appreciate it because it's almost like she's a new thought coach, kind of, right? So anyway, started this 4-week challenge, which is this time buns and guns, okay? Buns and guns. And she really hasn't laid off in any way, shape, or form. Like, if the people who did the last 8-week challenge, they're in good shape for this one. Even so, it's still, like, today's workouts really, really kicked my butt, no pun intended. And so even though I have made a conscious choice to get up at 4 a.m. for the next 4 weeks so that I can do all of my mindfulness and meditation first, because that has to happen, and to have an hour to do that, and then to go into the workouts and get the 2 workouts done that I have to do before I do anything else outside of the house, which might include going to the gym, like I did this morning, so far so good. Now, today's workouts almost killed me, but I was so glad that I did them. And then I got to the gym, and Gareth is like, "How you feeling today?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, they were so hard today." She worked like the entire body, everything is aching, and I'm just really, really exhausted. He's like, "Well, what do you want to focus on?" And I'm like, "I don't even know, but let's go with upper body because I can't even imagine what lower body might feel like right now." So the first thing he tells me to do is to do shoulder presses, which we did this morning with 20-pound weights. I'm like, "Are you crazy? Like, I've only done 15 so far, and I told you about how I almost ripped my arm out of my shoulder on the last day of butt camp when I thought I was doing chest presses, and I took 20 pounds, but it was shoulder presses. These are smaller than these." He goes, no, you can do 20, go ahead. So I did 3 sets of 20, super hard, but I did it. Okay, that was like a small win. It was like, okay, yay, fantastic. But then he walks me over to the pull-up bar. Now I have to tell you, the pull-ups, these are like man exercises for me, okay? These are like, I don't see a lot of women doing them, and even when Glenn came to the gym with me, he was like, "I want to be able to do these," right? Chin-ups, pull-ups kind of thing. And so I have never in my life been able to do a pull-up on my own. It's always been with a band, and I've always had the trainer pushing me up, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing here because I don't feel like I'm doing anything, nothing's engaging. And so I said to Gareth, "Are you trying to kill me?" And he's like, "Listen, you told me that today's workout was really super hard. We're not lightening up here at the gym, so come on." So he put on a medium band, which is less resistance than the tight band that I've been using. And then he's not even standing anywhere near me. And I go to pull one up thinking, "Are you going to help me or not?" And I did one by myself. And then I did another. I did 6 in a row by myself. And then he had to help me a little bit to get to 8. And then the next set I did 5, the next set I did 4, and he helped me to get to 8 to each one. This was another one of those, oh my God, I can't believe it. Because I was so tired, like so exhausted. I'm like, I have nothing left to give, okay? Because this is a shred challenge. Anything that I'm eating is being burned up super fast. And I was so exhausted. I'm like, I don't have it in me. And yet, here I am pleasantly surprised again at what my body can do. And it's not just that it's my body, it's this energy that we are, right? This creativity, this power that is always there, is always available. if we would just allow ourselves to tune into it and let it, trickle down or pour down, however quickly it is that we can manage it. So I was so excited about this and just thought, oh my gosh, like, this is exactly why it is so important to also have your spiritual practice, to have your mindfulness practice, because the whole point of that is to do it when things are going well, when life is easy, when it's not hard to get it into your routine, so that it becomes so automatic, so habitual, becomes the tendency of your thought and behavior, that when things do get hard, when you do feel depleted, when you do feel exhausted, like you have nothing left to give, or you are considering jumping off, a super high diving board that could probably kill you if you, landed on the water wrong, that you can default to the power and the presence and the profundity that we are at our core. And this is something that I am being reminded of again and again and again with these incredible fitness challenges that I'm involved in. And I am so grateful, because it just correlates with what I just said about our spiritual practice, which then helps us to build strength and resilience mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, so that we can handle, not just the physical stuff, but all of the other stuff that we have to navigate in life. So going back to the call with Kim this morning, or not this morning, on Monday, when people were like, how long do we have to do this for? And she's like, forever. She's like, look, you need to have a little funeral for your old self right now, okay? I mean it. I'm not trying to be morbid or anything, but have a little funeral for your old self, because you're done with that self. Unless you want to experience more of what that old self, experienced and got you to where you are in this moment, if you want more of that, okay, fine. Hang out with your little old self. But if you are ready for something new, something different, more of that light beyond the torn fabric, then you have to let go of the old self. You have to let go of all of the thinking, all of the behavior, all of the stories that got your old self to where you are, so that you can open up to your new self, to that thing that is alive in you every moment of every day, just waiting to unleash itself through you, right? So, the meditation quote that we had today, everyone was here for the meditation. That's what I want to end with, because this is the whole thing that we want to embrace. I'm available to what wants to evolve and emerge through me, and I'm willing to practice and embody what that takes for it to do so. Michael Bernard Beckwith. So my invitation for all of us, me included, is to continue from one now moment to the next, not to just remember who we are, but to open up to that incredible, amazing power and creativity and strength and resilience that we are, because it's always there. It is always available and ready to emerge, to evolve. It is always, always available and ready to inspire us into stepping into, embracing, and embodying a greater, more powerful, more resilient version of who and what we are in this moment. So how does that sound to everybody? All right, and so it is. Okay. Well, now it's time for some conscious connection. So I'm going to leave it to you guys, if you want to do it in pairs, if you want to do it in a group, and I will ding the meditation bowl when it's time to come back. All right, everybody, come on back. Okay, here comes the You Are Beautiful box. There's some really good blessings and affirmations in here. Yeah. All right. So, a little gift from me to you to help remind you about noticing, inspire you. Okay, so everyone is getting their little blessings and affirmations. And I just want to invite us all to check in and see, how are we feeling right now? Really good. Blissful? Is that what you just said? I love that. Blissful. Okay, how about this side of the room? Anything? Grateful. Grateful. Inspired. Heard. Excellent. I like hearing that too. All right. Well, knowing that we're feeling better right now than we did when we walked in, I invite us all to tune into that feeling, knowing that it's coming from this incredible wellspring of generosity and aliveness that never runs out. Even when we're not feeling it, it's always there and never runs out, right? So there's an opportunity for us to be generous of spirit. So however it is that you are choosing to be generous in this moment, wherever it is that you're choosing to be generous, I invite us all to place our hands on our hearts and declare this generosity affirmation together. In gratitude I give, in gratitude I receive. By embracing generosity with enthusiasm and delight, I celebrate the infinite possibilities of living life lovingly, and so it is. And so I invite you to just close your eyes or lower your gaze for just a few more moments as we anchor in gratitude and appreciation that keeps on appreciating as we focus on it. And so as we continue to expand our minds and open our hearts and allow our souls to be further activated, I am knowing that the thing that is doing the activating, the thing that is supporting us in expanding and opening up more fully to who and what we are, is that dynamism, that vitality, life itself that is forever moving and grooving its way in, through, and as everyone and everything. So for all of the life, for all of the light, for all of the love and joy and celebration that is present, knowing that there is always, always more on its way, I simply say thank you for it all, knowing that every single expression of generosity of spirit goes forth to heal and prosper and bless. So for all that is here, for all that is on its way, thank you for it all, and so it is. All right. If you or someone you know is in need of prayer, please, you can always email prayers@victoriatruthcenter.org. Otherwise, there is a little butterfly box on the table there. You can fill out a little form, put it in the box, and our VTC prayer team, which is growing, will pray for you and yours affirmatively. Next Wednesday is a very special Wednesday because it's the second anniversary of Elevate. So we want to fill the house and celebrate Elevate style. So please, 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 please come, bring a friend or two, and we're going to get on the horn, we're going to get on our phones and text people and invite them to come so that we have a lot of people here to elevate together with and to support our amazing, amazing Elevate Trio. And then I'm going to invite the Elevate Trio back to the stage, and we're going to sing our closing tune, 4 Simple Little Lines. Thank you. Thank you. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. Who's on? Oh, Winnie was watching from Mexico. Winnie! Okay, I will do this after. All right. All right. So we're just going to keep singing, loving up on each other.
1, 2, 3.
So I can love you so much, so Okay, sing to someone next to you. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much. You me, so you can start loving me. All right, go ahead and bless your neighbor for the week. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. Woo! And that is another Elevate at VTC. Thank you, Elevate Trio. Pablo Cardenas on piano, Peter Dasso on electric bass, Kelby McNair on vocals and drums, VTC Community Choir in the seats. We are so grateful that you are here, whether in person or online. We love you, we appreciate you, and we're so glad you're here. We will see you next week for the 2nd anniversary of Elevate. All right. All right. And thank you to Mr. Glenn Sheridan on tech tonight. And thank you to Denise for setup and greeting. Thank you, Stephanie, our board member.